In the past 2 years, my life has changed so dramatically. Never did I think that I would be harvesting chamomile for my own tea and slaughtering our own animals to fill our freezer. If you haven't noticed by the other videos, I am the kind of girl that loves to have my makeup on, have my hair done. In fact, before I had children, I wore high heels every day of the week just because I wanted to. But when everything changed a few years ago, I have just had to adapt. We are working so hard this year to try to up our production as much as possible. Time is running very thin, I feel, and so we are just doing as much as we can to bring in as much food and produce as much on our property as possible. If you had asked me when I was younger what I would be doing at this point in my life, I maybe would have said living in New York City in an apartment, or perhaps vacationing in the Bahamas, or running my toes through the warm sand. But no, here I am with my sweatpants, t-shirt, and dirty hair and all, giving chickens some onion scraps and searching for eggs. It is quite a change. If you think you want to do the homesteading life, it's very easy to look at it online and see that it looks very much like Little House on the Prairie or Laura Ingalls, and it's very nostalgic and just sort of looks like fun, wholesome, simple way of life. But let me tell you, there is a lot of work involved and also a lot of learning, things that you didn't know how to do but are sort of forced to learn because you've taken on these new challenges in your life. When we first started this lifestyle, there were so many adjustments. The amount of work that had to be done was just astronomical. We went from every weekend just sort of hanging out, maybe going shopping, going to a sporting game with the kids or something like that, to working every moment of every weekend when Nate was home. And the kids and I do a lot of work during the week while he's working. Now, we did have a bit of a rough transition there for a little while as the kids and me and Nate as well really adjusted to figure out sort of a balance between work and play. And I'll tell you, we're not quite there with the balance yet. We're pretty much at about a 90% work, 10% relax ratio there, but we're getting there. We have not taken a vacation since we started this. We don't go out to eat hardly at all, and we really don't go out much like we used to. So that's been a big transition. But over the past 2 years, I have seen my children grow so much. I have seen them go from complaining about the amount of work that we have to do, rolling their eyes when I ask them to go feed an animal or to help me plant some plants, to now coming down to the garden and saying, "Hey Mom, can I help you with that?" It has been such amazing growth for them, and I can assure you that the transformation that I have seen in my children since we started this lifestyle is just amazing. It definitely gives me confirmation to know that we are doing the right thing, that we are raising kids that understand the value of hard work, that understand the value of being responsible for themselves, to know compassion for animals. When you have a child that will volunteer to get up at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning to feed a baby goat that has just been born, that to me really speaks wonders. And I love to see my children grow and just evolve into adults that I know that will be kind, loving, and be a valuable member of society. So if you think that homesteading may be in your future and this is something that you are dreaming of doing, just know that it comes with a big transition. There is a lot of work to be done, and depending on your personality type, that may make or break you. I am very type A, and I like to have everything done at the exact moment that I come up with it in my head, and everything sort of has to be textbook perfect for me. So that's been a real struggle for me. Also, something else to consider: if you think that this lifestyle is going to save you money, it will not, I can assure you. I spend much more money in gardening supplies and products and time than I ever would at the grocery store. It costs us more money to raise our own animals, and even though we're processing them ourselves, we still end up in the red. So don't come into this lifestyle and think that you will save money by doing this, because you definitely won't. I cannot believe the amount of money that we have actually spent just from putting in small things like goat houses and fencing and just these simple garden beds. Although they look pretty low cost, when you're putting in such a great amount of them and then filling with soil, it actually adds up very quickly. And now that we have milk animals, we are reaping the benefits of having that dairy. However, I'm having to increase their grain rations, and that all is costing me much more money than a gallon of milk at the store. However, I know where this food comes from. I know what my children are eating is healthy and going to nourish their bodies. And overall, this lifestyle has just been amazing for our family. So I encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone and take this lifestyle on if this is something that you are considering. I guarantee you will not regret it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.